this guy off this one, and we'll kind of inspect it and all that stuff. You'll know as soon as you start the car. Um, Again, like the car I built yesterday, I got that on the track, and the gears were like, the mesh was like noisy. So here's a stock G Plus gear. Let me see if you can see those. Okay, so you can't. So I'm gonna put them up here so you can see what I mean by taking these Tyco gears and cutting them down. So when we do the Pro 10, we'll be doing exactly that. I may have pre-cut some of these. Like I said, my G Plus drawer and switching over to these parts bins, I kind of have parts like all over the place. So the stock is a 8 tooth, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. Again, your when you're adding the magnet that you're adding, we got a fuzzy. That's about the only thing that worse than, boy, Keith will ride me hard over that one. So you want to fit it, and then that feels loose to me after pulling it off. So I'm not happy with that. Let me see how tight it is. It feels tight, but I'm not happy. So if I'm not happy, the car's not going to be happy. So let's have a look in the. So I'm not a big fan of the old junk bin there. Those are super narrow Tyco. This might be one that I drilled. You want that to fit nice and snug, so, and it's like the last thing we need is problems. So yeah, you want that nice and tight. The bearings will fall off in your hand. You will get oil on you. So, but you're pretty much ready to install this at this point. Um, this is a 8 tooth pinion, and I'm just looking to see if it's okay. Like, why is it in my drawer like that? And even from the mold or whatever, but since I cut it, I can't call and go, hey, send me a new gear. But I can see one tooth that's slightly off on that. So we're going to pitch that in the trash, and we'll try that guy. If not, we'll just cut one and drill it and do that on film. This is part of the hobby. This is the part I can't preach patience enough and then not have patience. So we're kind of cleaning this guy. When you're working with a razor, by the way, be extremely careful. Like, extremely careful. I don't know how many times I've cut myself, and I know many of you are laughing. You're like, bro, if I had a nickel for every time I cut myself, I do this over the box and not over our work area. You can just run that across like an emery board if you wanted to. Um, I get them where I can skim them with a razor and knock off any excess. Got a little piece there that I want out. Okay, it's turning into a fiasco of bro. So anyway, we'll get this one on and then take a look at that. And if that's the case, I will stop and refilm the whole thing because we got to have it right. If it's not right, I'm not happy. So um, that feels good. It's nice and snug on there. All our teeth look good. And we'll know once we do our final adjustment stuff. So you're gonna want to start at the front. If you want, you can even like pull these kind of basically put them around the motor, I guess, if you want to go the really, really stock build, easy route. They're going to grab a hold of everything, and then this is going to go like so, with the line on the magnets going with the crown gear. And then these bearings, you kind of want to spin as flat as you can before you start pressing them down too heavy. Push your magnets in a little bit. Take your thumbnail. If you don't have nails, take a screwdriver, and we'll give that front a little push. Magnets, motor, and we'll pick her up to finish the job. So feel that, and that's a snap in. Check our lash on that gear while we're here. It feels okay. If I'm not happy with it, this stuff for me, you guys, is like a 15-minute job to change that gear, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. This was an 8-tooth as well. A good way I've been learning is, and I forgot to give credit to this person because I don't know who did it, but someone said take a picture of your, you can go ahead and put a little lube in here at this point and just kind of get that in between your gear and the bearing. And then the front bearing, we'll just put a little drop on again for now. Take your crown gear and spin it. So I'm keep watching the clock, and I don't know what part we're on, but I'll keep an eye on that clock. It says 7 minutes of video, so that feels pretty good. When you got the lube worked in nice and smooth. So we'll move on to the next step, which is the hard part, or the fun part for me. Hard part for some other people, but move on to our flex plate, or not flex plate, our barrel, brush, spring, and retainer all at one time, the fun part. So I'm going to pause the video, and we'll see on the next episode. I'll check and see which episode it is so I can holler them out by how many I see on the film here. So take care. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell your grandma. All that great stuff. We'll see you on the flip side. Marwood's Customs out.